Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports. And we're going to talk a little bit of Lions versus Packers kind of analogies right here, but also overall in the NFC North. But lately, what I've been seeing while I've been scrolling through social media is a lot of people, more or less Packers fans, saying Jordan Love is better than Jared Goff. And I tend to disagree with that statement.
I think he has the potential to pass Jordan Goff, Jared Goff eventually. But it's a team sport. Jared Goff and the Lions as a whole, not just the players, but the coaches, the GM. This is the best organization we've had in this town in my lifetime. These guys, it is a consummate team effort, and Jared Goff fits into our scheme, fits into our team perfectly. That is where his strength is.
Yeah.
Would he be the same quarterback if he played for the Green Bay Packers? No, because he wouldn't have the same talent, the same system, the same thing. He need Jordan Love, much more mobile quarterback, probably a little stronger arm. But he's had one good year.
Yeah. One good year. He's only played 1 year. In one good year. He could get killed next year and absolutely suck. And
it's all like
and that's
said,
the other
never know.
The other problem I've been seeing with that exactly is they're saying he should get paid. Obviously, if you believe he should get paid, now you're going to go give Jordan Love potentially $55 million a year.
Go ahead,
and that will screw your organization.
Good.
Because if he's not as good as Jared Goff, then you're paying someone $55 million to be an average quarterback. Now, there's a lot of different intangibles, right? We kind of can't compare to the other two teams when it comes to quarterback because you have a rookie in Caleb Williams, who I'm not going to say is as good as Jordan Love right now because he's a rookie, and J.J. McCarthy or Sam Darnold, either or, probably not going to be as good as Jordan Love right away or Jared Goff. So that for the Vikings and Bears in that category, you're kind of sitting a little bit lower on the totem pole with that.
Right.
But every single team can go different. Wide receiver cores, the Bears are up there. Like they're up there with us.
Oh yeah,
the Bears have an amazing wide receiver core. The Packers, for some reason, again, their fans thinking they have 3 number ones on their team when they do not.
Right.
They have average wide receivers on their team.
Right.
And some of them are good. Christian Watson, he's a decent wide receiver. But after that, you kind of just got
he's not
average
that
wide
great.
receiver.
I mean, I think we have 3 wide receivers that are just as good as Christian Watson. So I don't. He's good. He's not on the level of Amon St. Brown.
No.
He's not, I wouldn't say he's on Jameson Williams level if Jameson Williams keeps going in the direction he's going.
Yeah.
I think Jameson Williams is a better wide receiver than Christian Watson.
But truly in our division, I don't think anyone compares to the Bears wide receiver wise because they got 3 really, really good wide receivers on their team. I mean, one of Keenan Allen last year, he destroyed us.
He destroyed us.
And now he's going to be playing us twice.
I would love to have gotten Keenan Allen for the Lions. Can you imagine?
He destroyed us in LA last year.
I really like what the Bears have done. It all hinges on whether Caleb Williams can manage the game. He's got to understand this isn't college. He doesn't have to do everything. He just has to put it in these guys' hands. He has to, work within the system. And his individual talent will certainly play it sometimes. Very mobile quarterback, great arm.
Yeah.
If he can get it up here and adapt to the pro game, I think the sky's the ceiling for Chicago. I think Chicago's going to be really good. Not this year so much because I think it just takes a while. It's not. Maybe it'll be C.J. Stroud, maybe, but I just think it's always the first year court. You got to have a little bit of
the one thing that is kind of confusing within the division is the Minnesota Vikings, because outside Justin Jefferson, who they just signed to a big extension, who do they got at receiver?
Right.
Who you got? Like
and they're not even that good a team. I mean, JJ McCarthy, I think he's 2 or 3 years away from being what they want him to be. We don't even know about the guy as far as if we watched him in Michigan.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to throw the ball all that
Now,
much. So we don't know if he can do this.
besides Justin Jefferson, I mean, Jordan Addison did pretty good last year from what we saw every now and then. He was decent. TJ Hawkinson, I think, is still going to be out. So there's your tight end wide receiver threat gone. And like it's not going to be easy for JJ to get anywhere in Minnesota when he basically has one really, really good target, another decent target, and then outside of that, it's a hit or miss.
I think they could be the worst team in our division.
They're
going to take a couple steps. I think they're going to take 2 or 3 steps.
Getting rid of Kirk Cousins might have been a mistake for them. They probably should have kept him for a couple more years. You still draft JJ, and then you're good because then he's able to develop. But we'll see what they end up doing on that front. And then running back wise, I see all the time Josh Jacobs being the favorite in the division as the best running back. And
he is a really good running back.
He's really good. And I mean, but there is a debate on whether Gibbs and Montgomery are up there in running back tandems. Are you going to go with Josh Jacobs and A.J. Dillon, who can't do crap?
Again, when you look, I just think the Lions are different in the sense that what they have that no other team has in our division, especially, is continuity. These guys have been around. They have their system. They know their roles. It is the team and working together to accomplish it. When you talk about is Josh Jacobs individually better than Montgomery? Yeah, I would say sure. As far as you're just talking about him, but on our team,
we got a fan. We definitely could say we have the best offensive line to help all the running backs.
Yeah,
and that's just like
Minnesota is so versatile that it's just going to be. He's going to get the ball in so many situations. A lot like St. Brown. St. Brown acts like a running back sometimes. And
same thing with J-Mo. J-Mo has acted like a running back sometimes. I mean, he had that play against San Francisco where he ran out of the backfield for a touchdown.
I think this is a big reason why Ben Johnson didn't leave. This is going to be fun. These guys he can do so many different things. And Laporta coming into his second year, the guy is already an all-pro.
But
already. He is heads and tails above Hawkinson. Hawkinson was a good, steady tight end. He was a good tight end.
And that's where he also hits the division.
Off the charts. He could be, Laporta has the position to go Travis Kelce, Kittle, Gronk. Because he could be that guy in another few years.
When it comes to tight ends, there's no one better in the division besides Laporta. Even there
may not be anyone better in the league.
Because right now, you're probably next closest would have been Hawkinson if, Kirby Joseph didn't destroy his knee.
Right. I mean, if you're talking,
and then you got Musgrove, and then you got whoever, and then Kmet. Kmet's an decent tight end. He's not amazing, but he's decent. I mean, there's no far in between in the division of decent tight ends, but Laporta's better than all of them.
It's Kittle and it's Laporta. Those two are the two best tight ends in the league.
And then
in the NFC,
and then
and maybe in the league, because I'm not sure. Travis Kelce, another year older, he's off in dreamland with Taylor Swift. That kind of stuff affects you. He has nothing to prove. I mean, I think up here, he's not going to be as focused. And he is not going to be, and he's getting older. I think he is not. It's Laporta and Kittle.
And when you go back to the running backs, I mean, Vikings, they have Aaron Jones and then whoever their backup is. And then with the Bears, you got DeAndre Swift. There's no doubt that there's decent running backs in the division, but as you're saying, the tandem and the continuity is going to help the Lions out in that situation. And I don't think Chicago's offensive line got any better. I think the second best offensive line probably still sits in Green Bay, even though they lost a couple guys. And then, you're sitting with Minnesota. You had their quarterbacks running around all the time last year.
Right.
And then you have Chicago. The reason why Justin Fields ran 150 yards a game is because he had to run for 150 yards a game not to get sacked.
And if they stay healthy, I think our offensive line is even better than it was last year. I think the addition of, who's the guy we got from Baltimore?
Zeter or whatever.
Zeter. That guy is going.
Zeitler.
I think he's an upgrade, at least for the year.
Yeah. I mean, they might draft somebody. I mean, they did draft a couple decent guys this year that might fill in. And then when you go to the defensive side of the ball, that's usually the Lions' question mark. Secondary, it probably has improved, but we don't know that. They're mostly young guys who are starting to play.
Yeah.
And we got to see how that goes. I mean, I wouldn't doubt Chicago has decent cornerbacks. Chicago has a fantastic defense. They had a good defense last year. You just didn't have an offense.
Right.
And then you have Green Bay, who has a good defense, and then Minnesota, who sucked. So it's going to come down defensively, probably in the division. Whoever does best defensively is going to end up winning, because if either one, Green Bay's or Chicago's defense, can shut the Lions down a game, that's going to help the division overall. Lions overall have the best offense in the division. I don't think they have the best defense in the division.
No, I don't think so. But I don't think any of the other defenses, maybe Green Bay's, got it. Like I said, they're certainly probably a better defense than ours, but not by much. And who knows? We may have improved. Having Reader, Aline McNeil another year might be even better this year. Hutchinson, and our wish of Max Crosby to be traded for.
I mean, if they end up, there's a chance something big ends up happening. And obviously, we wait and see.
Off the charts, Billy.
But
it would just be. I might even buy season tickets then. That'd just be. No, I enjoy watching them on TV.
And it doesn't, like, the Lions are still the second favorite to win the NFC and the fifth favorite to win the Super Bowl, tied with the surprise of the Cincinnati Bengals, which I'm surprised they jumped so much this year.
Yeah, I don't.
But Joe Burrow probably being fully back because he was hurt last year.
He wasn't that great when he was in there.
But
he's good. He is good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
But I mean, the Lions are still favored to win the NFC North. Not a surprise there. But Green Bay ain't that far behind. Detroit's a 145 and Green Bay is a 185. They think it's going to be close. And they think Minnesota will be the worst team in the division because they have a plus 900 odds to win the division. So, by their standards of how the division's going to go, if the betting went the way it's supposed to, it's going to go Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. Which seems very probable.
That seems pretty. I mean, I think most people are going to feel that exact way. I don't think it's that hard to see.
No.
The Bears are all depending upon whether, like I said, Caleb Williams can give them enough to boost them up. I mean, it's his rookie year. He's going to make mistakes.
Basically, their idea will be San Francisco, Detroit, Atlanta, and Philly winning the divisions overall. I mean, and Detroit's sitting there up top of the conferences, regardless of what you want to think. Their playoff structure would have us as the number 2 team this year. And overall, playoff-wise, that would have us playing the worst team, which by their standards would end up being potentially a Chicago or Tampa Bay matchup in the playoffs by their standards of how records would end. We would be facing Chicago in the playoffs, which would be very interesting. But that's just how everyone, although betting, thinks. And obviously, I think the Lions are the better team in the division. But with all that being said, let me know what you think down in the comments about the Lions overall compared to divisional opponents and player by player. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Sure to be around until next time. See you everybody.